Would you all please be upstanding to welcome the entrance of the graduating class? בוקר טוב וברוכים הבאים לטקס הסיום של המחזור השמיני של הקורס הבינלאומי ללימודי תעודה ומוסמך באורתודונטיה 2011-2014. Good morning everybody. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the 8th class of the International Postgraduate Program for the Advanced Degrees in Orthodontics 2011-2014. We are honored today, in addition, with dignitaries from the university, the medical school, the dental school, and our own faculties, of course. We are also honored by the diplomatic representatives of the various countries of our international students. We shall call upon the ambassadors and the representatives of the different countries to be on hand to give out the certificates to the appropriate international students. I'd like to make a very warm welcome to the families and friends of our graduating students. Some of you have come from a long way. We are really appreciative of that, and we welcome you, and we hope you have an enjoyable and pleasurable stay in Israel. I look around and I see some warm and friendly faces of past graduate students, and that really is a compliment to us. We are really embraced by that, and I embrace you in return, and thank you, and thanks for being with us. I also look around and I acknowledge the faces of our current graduate students, and I can see a bit of tension in them. Don't worry. Be comforted by the fact that you are joining not only a faculty, you are joining an alumnus, and this alumnus has become a family, and wherever you are in time and space in the future, this extended family will be there to help you and support you. Now, after today, we will have graduated in the international course 94 graduate students. The numbers are becoming so big that I'm getting mixed up as to who belongs where. In order to cope with that, I've created an icon system in my own mind so that I can remember who's who. The previous graduating class, the 7th one, I created an icon in my mind, and I called them the constellation of Orion. Bright, brilliant stars shining, all connected at the center of gravity with a belt that forms part of the arrow of the north, a metaphor for achievement and advancement. Well, today's graduating group, I have decided to call you, and that will forever be remained etched in my memory, I have decided to call you the Iron Dome Group. It's not only because you experienced the protection of the Iron Dome in 2 wars during the course of your study. 2 wars, is that correct? An amazing memory for you for the rest of your lives. But it's also because, like the Iron Dome, there were certain questions in the beginning as to its worth. And like the Iron Dome, it performed brilliantly, and you performed brilliantly, well exceeding the expectations. And for that, I thank you for saving the standard, just as the Iron Dome saved us. You saved and kept the high standard of the orthodontic graduate program. And for that, I thank you, and my very, very warmest and sincerest congratulations on your graduation today. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge the presence of all of the faculty and the administrative staff of the Orthodontic School, and we welcome you here today, and we're very pleased at your presence. Thank you very much. We now reach the item of the messages of the university staff to the graduate students. The first one should have been from Professor Aaron Shai, who's the rector of the university. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, and he asked me to read out his message which he sent, and with your permission, I shall do so forthwith. Dear graduates, I apologize for being unable to attend your graduation ceremony due to last-minute commitment. However, I insisted on sending to your graduates my personal congratulations in a written form. Dear Professor Grossman, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, dear Professor Eli, Head of the School of Dental Medicine, dear Dr. Spack, Chairman of the Department of Orthodontics, and dear Professor Vadimon, former Chairman of the Department of Orthodontics, respected ambassadors and consuls of Bulgaria, Cyprus, Greece, and Thailand, dear parents, and above all, dear graduates. Tel Aviv University is the largest university in Israel with close to 30,000 students and close to 30,000 students graduating every year. Tel Aviv University is a major center of education and research comprising 9 faculties, 27 schools, 98 departments, and nearly 130 scientific achievements. The number of foreign students participating in these programs is an indicator of Tel Aviv University's global reputation. I am proud to inform you that your program, together with the New York State American program of the Sackler Faculty of Medicine and the Sophia International MBA program of the Recanati Business School, is amongst the flagships of the Tel Aviv University fleet of foreign programs. Honorable ambassadors, you should be proud of the graduates representing your countries. They successfully completed a rigorous application process and a demanding course of studies. Their achievements testify likewise to the high standards of dental education in your countries. I am confident that having spent 3.5 years in Israel, these graduates will make the best ambassadors to represent the State of Israel upon their return home. Finally, I wish you, dear graduates, full success in your future career. Since I come from the Department of History and the East Asian Studies, I would like to quote Confucius, who said, "Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure." Thank you. Thank you, Professor Aaron Shah. It gives me great pleasure to call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at the Tel Aviv University, Professor Ehud Grossman.
Good morning, dear distinguished faculty members, ambassadors, graduates, and family members. I promised to be short. I saw the list of speakers and the time allotted, and therefore I will be very short. It's a great pleasure for me to see the graduates from all over the world of the prestigious program of International Postgraduate for Advanced Degree in Orthodontics. I believe that you choose this program not because you believe the life in Israel is easy or particularly safe, but because you believe that this program is really superb. I am happy that despite the difficult security situation, you remained here and arrived to the final ceremony of graduation. We have in the program delegates from different countries, and the purpose of the program is not only to improve your knowledge and experience in orthodontics, but also to build the international network and relations. I am not an orthodontist, and I cannot judge the level of the program, but I know that our School of Dentistry is one of the leading schools, and I am confident that this is a high-level program. You should be proud to be graduates of this program, but you should remember the diploma you are receiving today is only the beginning. You received here a good basis, but on this basis you should build and develop the field of orthodontia in your own country. Don't forget that this is not the only goal of the program, and you should continue the relation and collaboration with each other in the future. And today, in the global world, this mission is feasible. Graduates from previous classes of this program achieved high positions in their countries, and I believe and hope that you will also achieve high positions and will be good ambassadors for the State of Israel. I hope that you took advantage of your staying here in Israel and had the chance to see and enjoy the country and to be familiar with our culture. I wish you all good luck, success in the new future, and since we are close to the new year, Shana Tova.
Kindly greet Professor Ilana Eli, head of the dental school. Not orthodontics.
I'm sorry, I've never done orthodontic treatment in my life. It's too complicated for me. I'm a prosthodontist. Welcome everybody, families, distinguished guests, faculty members, Dean Grossman, and of course our dear graduates. It is always, being a head of school is not an easy task. There are always very difficult and hardships. The most happy moments are moments like this when I have the opportunity to greet new graduates, some of them familiar faces, some of them have been students in our schools, and definitely international students who chose to study at our school. This is a big moment. You have been dentists for quite a while now, so you have been professionals for quite a while now. But you have also been students for a very, very long time. You have completed your dental studies, and then you chose to become residents in a very demanding program, the program of orthodontics. So for a very, very long time, you have been in the status of a student, dental student, an orthodontic resident. But now you become fully right in your own, full colleagues on your own rights. You are no more students, you are now full professionals. And the transit from being a student to being a professional is a very important transit. Because from this day on, you become professionals who work independently. There will be no more instructor looking over your shoulder. You will be fully responsible for your decisions and for the consequences of your decisions. And what I urge you to do, please, do not stop asking questions. Do not stop looking at the vague aspects of your professions. Medicine, dentistry, orthodontics, it's not mathematics. There is never a clear-cut answer. There are always questions to be asked. And if you continue to ask these questions, if you continue to doubt yourself, not because you are not good enough, you are excellent, but because there should never be a full certainty in what you do. Only this way you will become the best professionals you can be. So I wish you a lot of luck. I know you are going to be great orthodontists. I hope to see the Israelis amongst you, to stay among our faculty members. The international students, please come and visit us again and again. And tell your friends, your families, your colleagues around the world about Israel. I think it's a beautiful and wonderful country, and I want all the world to know it. So, Shana Tova to everybody, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you. Would you please welcome Dr. Nir Shpak, our new dynamic head of the Orthodontic Department.
Honored Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Head of the Dental School, Administrative Director of the Dental School, former Head of the Orthodontic Department, ambassadors and representatives of Bulgaria, Cyprus, Greece, and Thailand, heads of departments, colleagues, alumni, students, and last but not least, dear families of the graduating class and PG8 graduates. Since the inauguration of the International Postgraduate Program in Orthodontics at Tel Aviv University in 1993, almost 100 students have completed the program from such diverse places as Argentina, Australia, Belarus, Bulgaria, Cyprus, England, France, Germany, Greece, Holland, Italy, Luxembourg, Mexico, Portugal, Thailand, and as well as Israel. We are celebrating today the graduation of the 8th class of the International Postgraduate Program in Orthodontics at Tel Aviv University. After the completion of 3.5 years of theoretical studies, clinical exposure, and research, and after long days and sleepless nights, you are now orthodontic specialists. Your families who supported you all these years should be very proud of you today. You have become part of the Tel Aviv University Orthodontic Department family and colleagues in a fascinating profession. Orthodontics can provide patients with healthy occlusion and beautiful smiles, which are so important for one's self-esteem and confidence. Your teachers have provided you with a top education, but this is just the beginning. In today's world, you must always continue to learn in order to stay up to date. You received the best tools and a solid foundation, but now it is up to you. As specialists, it is your obligation to continue to build up your knowledge and professionalism, and always remember that with this solid foundation you have built, together with the motivation you must add, the sky is the limit. I wish to take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee, Professor Vadimon, Dr. Kovo, Dr. Strauss, and Dr. Sane, and to express my gratitude to the Ormodent company that generously supported today's event. And a final word to you, our newest graduates. Good luck in your orthodontic future. Soon you will be returning home to build your professional careers. We are confident that each of you will not only be successful in doing so, but also leaders in orthodontics and in your communities. Just remember that your time at Tel Aviv University has not only earned you excellence in orthodontics, but another circle of friends, as well as a unique perspective on the state of Israel. You have now been elevated to the status of goodwill ambassadors in your countries for our orthodontic department, for the Tel Aviv University, and for the State of Israel. God bless you all, and thank you for your attention.
Would you please welcome Professor Alexander Vardimon, former head of the Department of Orthodontics. He was head of the department He's been head of the department for 16 years, from 1998 to early 2014. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
First of all, I would like to thank for the wonderful celebration yesterday. And this is one of the reasons that I hardly can speak. So distinguished, first of all, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, the head of the school, the ambassadors, the parents, the faculty, and the students, last and not least. Normally when I start my congratulations to you, I try to quote in the previous classes people like Albert Einstein, like Rabbi Akiva, like Rambam, or like Plato. But this time I want to do it quite different and to tell you an anecdote, which I hope you will keep it in mind. And the story goes back to my love to classical music, and I read a lot of books about it. And the story goes about a French composer named Hector Berlioz. And Hector Berlioz wrote one of the fantastic symphony called Symphony Fantastic. And in the gala performance, he was sitting, and next to him was sitting a reviewer who was sent, a journalist who was sent from her newspaper to write a comment later on about what he composed. And after the whole gala performance, she came to him and she asked him, "Dear Hector Berlioz, how do you feel after hearing for the first time the symphony that you just wrote?" And he said to her, "For the first time, I heard it for many times already." And this is really what I expect from you when you treat a patient. You treat a patient and you know already what is the treatment plan at the end results. Okay, like the composer, okay? Everything should be in your mind. And for this reason, I trust you that after getting our education, you'll be able to be like the composer Hector Berlioz. So I wish you all luck. And beside of this, I want to wish also luck to the new chairman of the department. And basically what we try to do here is like a running of one of the Olympic race, which is called the rally race, where 4 great sports are running 100 meters, and then they're passing, what's the name of it? The baton to the next one. So exactly like this, what we are doing, I receive the baton from Professor Lieberman, and I dedicate the baton to Dr. Nespak, and we will continue the tradition of the excellency in our department. Thank you very much.
I call upon Dr. Anastasios Georgiadis. He will respond to the greetings from the podium on behalf of the Iron Dome Group.
First of all, I would like to welcome you all. It is a special day for us. Today we leave this place that we used to call home for the last 3.5 years. It was like yesterday when I tasted the hummus for the first time. I have to admit that I didn't like it at first. Actually, I hated it. But now, 3.5 years and 10 kilos down the road, I can safely say that I integrated to the Israeli culture, as I think the rest of us did. On behalf of the residents of the Orthodontic Department of Tel Aviv, I would like to thank firstly and mostly our instructors for their patience and guidance, for always keeping an open mind and teaching us new methods and techniques in orthodontics. We would also like to thank the heads of the department, Professor Vardimon, who we had the privilege of being his last class, and Dr. Nir Spak, of being his first, of always keeping the door open to us, for understanding, listening, and accepting, in most cases even the most outrageous request, asked by any postgraduate program before and hopefully after us. Special thanks to Siam and Siki for accompanying us in the good and the bad times and always being there for us. And finally, but not least, we would like to thank our families for supporting us emotionally and definitely economically to fulfill our dreams of becoming orthodontists. We deeply appreciate and admire the huge efforts and sacrifices done by all of you. We will never forget those wonderful 3.5 years in Tel Aviv University, and thank you all.
Thank you one and all for all those presentations. We now have reached the item of awards for outstanding academic achievement. Professor Eli, would you please come to the podium? And Dr. Spack, would you please come to the podium? There are 2 awards. I call upon Dr. Natasa Frangu. The second award for outstanding academic achievement is to Dr. Tsachi Geron. Okay, we've now reached the item of the presentations of the diplomas. I'm going to start off by calling upon the various ambassadors, starting with the Ambassador of Cyprus. If you would come up to the podium, please, the Ambassador of Cyprus, Ambassador Dimitris Hatzagiru. Please receive the graduate student, Dr. Natasa Frangu of Limassol, Cyprus. The next diploma from Bulgaria, Ambassador Dimitar Mikhailov, would you please come to the podium? And the diploma goes to Dr. Nelly Djurkova from Plovdiv, Bulgaria. I call upon the diplomatic representative of Greece, Consul Alexandros Yenimatas. And he will be presenting the certificate to Dr. Anastasios Georgiadis of Saloniki, Greece. I call upon the diplomatic representative of Thailand, Ambassador Tunyuk Boon Long. And he will be presenting the diploma to Dr. Tunya Tiratiti Taren. אתה צריך לקום. לא, בן גם? כן. Dr. Nierspach and Dr. Ofer Sarneh will be presenting the remainder of the diplomas. I call upon Dr. Ben Piller of Sydney, Australia. Dr. Inbar Kagan Pearl. From Yehud Monason, Israel. Okay. Dr. Yosef Gafni, will you please step up to the podium? Dr. Gafni is from Jerusalem, Israel. Dr. Rana Kadri Khatib from Tira, Israel. finally, Dr. Tzachi Geron from Tel Aviv, Israel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the diploma session. We again thank the professors Grossman and Eli and all the diplomatic representatives for their enthusiastic participation in this event. There will now be a coffee break of half an hour. Would all the Iron Dome class go outside and turn to the right? There's a garden there, and we will carry on with group photographs. And please, all the faculty and staff and the secretaries, join us outside first, immediately after the session terminates. Thank you.